Michael Vick had it all: fame, fortune, and the NFL at his feet. As one of the best quarterbacks in football history, he wasn't just a player, he was a sensation. Playing for the Atlanta Falcons, Vick's speed, agility, and jaw-dropping performances made him a household name. Fans couldn't get enough of his game-changing moves, and the NFL seemed to have found its next legend. But then, everything came crashing down. In a turn of events that shocked not just the sports world but the entire nation, Vick's career was derailed by a scandal so dark it overshadowed his talent. We are talking about facing prison time and public disgrace. But his fall from grace was as dramatic as his rise. Many thought his story was over, but Vick wasn't done yet. He proved that even in the darkest moments, a comeback is possible. And this is his story, the story of a man who reached the pinnacle of success, lost it all, and fought to reclaim his place. It's a tale of mistakes, consequences, and an extraordinary rise, fall, and rise again. Let's dive right into it. Born in Newport News, Virginia, Michael Vick grew up in a tough neighborhood where challenges were part of daily life. He was the third of 4 children raised by Brenda Vick and Michael Body, who worked tirelessly to provide for their family. His father held demanding jobs at the shipyard, while his mother juggled 2 jobs and relied on support from her parents. Life in Ridley Circle Homes wasn't easy, as it was a crime-filled public housing project. Drugs, violence, and drive-by shootings were kind of daily chores there, but Vick found his escape in sports. "I'd go fishing, even if the fish weren't biting, just to get away from the violence," Vick recalled about his childhood. His father, nicknamed Bullet for his speed on the football field, introduced Michael to the game when he was just 3 years old. By the time he was in elementary school, he had already begun teaching football skills to his younger brother, Marcus. Vick also learned from his cousin, Aaron Brooks, who later became an NFL quarterback. The two spent countless hours at the local Boys and Girls Club, using sports as a way to stay off the streets. "Sports kept me out of trouble," Vick later said. "A lot of guys I knew didn't make it." In high school, Vick's talent as a quarterback quickly stood out. As a freshman at Ferguson High School, he threw for over 400 yards in a single game. After transferring to Warwick High School, under the guidance of Coach Tommy Riemann, he became a star. Over 3 years, he threw for nearly 5,000 yards and 43 touchdowns, while also rushing for over 1,000 yards and 18 scores. There are good players, and then there are absolute entertainers. Vick falls under the second category. When it came time for college, Riemann helped Vick choose Virginia Tech, promising he'd get the development he needed. Leaving behind the projects with a scholarship in hand, Vick became a symbol of hope for his community, a kid who had made it against all odds. Michael Vick wasn't just a quarterback, he was a game changer. At his peak, he redefined what it meant to play the position, combining blazing speed, unmatched agility, and a cannon of an arm. In a league filled with great players, Vick stood out as a once-in-a-generation talent who could break a defense with either his legs or his arm. When Vick suited up for the Atlanta Falcons, fans knew they were in for a show. His ability to scramble out of trouble and turn broken plays into highlight reel moments left opponents shaking their heads. Defensive coordinators lost sleep trying to figure out how to stop him, and most of the time, they couldn't. Did you know Vick became the first quarterback in NFL history to rush for over 1,000 yards in a single season? That record-breaking 2006 season was a testament to his dual-threat dominance. But it wasn't just about stats. Vick's electric playstyle made the Falcons must-watch TV, and he turned Atlanta into a serious playoff contender. In 2002, he led the team to the postseason and even upset Brett Favre and the Packers at Lambeau Field, a first for any visiting team in the playoffs. He wasn't just a star on the field. Vick was a marketing sensation. From Pro Bowl appearances to endorsement deals, he became one of the NFL's most recognizable faces. Kids wanted his jersey, fans wanted his autographs, and everyone wanted to see what he'd do next. Michael Vick's prime wasn't just about his incredible talent, it was about the way he made football exciting and fun to watch. He didn't just play the game, he changed it, but then something happened that led to his suspension from the game. Vick's downfall started in the year 2007. His involvement in the brutal world of dogfighting shocked fans, the league, and the nation. Here's what happened. Vick pleaded guilty to federal charges for running Bad News Kennels, a dogfighting operation where animals were trained to fight, often to the death. The NFL wasted no time. Commissioner Roger Goodell suspended Vick indefinitely, calling his actions illegal, cruel, and reprehensible. This wasn't just about illegal gambling. Vick admitted to funding the operation, which led to a harsher penalty from the NFL. The suspension not only ended his 2007 season, but also put his entire career in jeopardy. Well, the aftermath, Vick's Vick's team, the Atlanta Falcons, wanted him to repay nearly $20 million of his signing bonus, arguing that he violated his contract. An arbitrator agreed. The financial hit, paired with mounting legal fees, pushed Vick into bankruptcy. In 2009, after serving time in prison, the Falcons released Vick, making him a free agent. It seemed like the end of the road for the once promising quarterback. The scandal divided opinions. Animal rights groups and many fans were outraged, while others wondered if Vick deserved a second chance. While this chapter is dark, it's only part of Vick's story. His downfall remains a reminder that even the most talented athletes aren't above the rules, and that actions always have consequences. What do you think? Does everyone deserve a second chance? Or do some mistakes leave permanent scars? Every great story has a second chapter, and for Michael Vick, that chapter began in 2009 when the Philadelphia Eagles gave him a lifeline. After serving time for his involvement in a dogfighting scandal, many thought Vick's career was over, but the Eagles saw something others didn't: a man ready to change and an athlete with untapped potential. When Vick returned to the NFL, he wasn't the same quarterback we saw earlier in his career. Known for his electrifying runs and jaw-dropping athleticism, Vick began to shift his game. He became a smarter, more strategic player, relying on his arm and decision-making rather than just his legs. This evolution was crucial, not just for his career, but also for proving he still had what it took to compete at the highest level. And then came the 2010 season, a season that silenced doubters. Vick put up incredible numbers, throwing 21 touchdown passes, rushing for 9 more, and leading the Eagles to the playoffs. His unforgettable performance against Washington, where he accounted for 6 total touchdowns, was nothing short of legendary. By the end of that year, Vick was named the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year. But his redemption went beyond football. Vick worked tirelessly to repair his public image. He became an advocate for animal welfare and spoke out against dogfighting. He partnered with organizations like the Humane Society and used his story as a cautionary tale to educate others. Vick's journey wasn't easy, but it proved one thing: everyone deserves a second chance. His comeback wasn't just about football, it was about transforming his life and showing the world that redemption is possible. Michael Vick's legacy is one of the most talked about stories in football history. To some, he's a symbol of redemption. To others, he's a reminder of unforgivable mistakes. But no matter how you see him, it's clear his story left a lasting impact both on and off the field. Today, Vick is a respected analyst and mentor. He shares his experiences, helping others avoid the mistakes he made. Love him or hate him, Michael Vick's story is a powerful reminder that life is a mix of triumphs and second chances. What part of his story inspired you the most? Do let us know down in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.